Vice Chairman of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf Imran Khan and former Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has not been released despite being granted bail from the Supreme Court in the politically motivated Cypher case. Mr. Qureshi has been illegally incarcerated since August 20th. Meher Bano Qureshi, daughter of former Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi, who has been updating the media on his cases, said bureaucratic hurdles were created to prevent his release.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ पाकिस्तान ने इमरान खान और शाह महमूद कुरैशी दोनों को बेल ग्रांट की। उसके बावजूद आज सुबह हम सारा दिन सुप्रीम कोर्ट बैठे रहे कि हमें सर्टिफाइड कॉपी ऑफ द ऑर्डर मिले और हमें नहीं मिली। 11 बजे नहीं मिली, 12 बजे नहीं मिली। मैं बाहर आती रही, बार बार चेक करती रही कि क्या सर्टिफाइड कॉपी इशू हो चुकी है, वो नहीं हुई थी। 3 बजे ये भागते भागते मेरी बहन सुप्रीम कोर्ट से उनको वो कॉपी मिली, वकील के साथ गई, उनको कॉपी मिली और फिर वो गए G11। मगर इसमें एक और चीज़ जाननी बड़ी ज़रूरी है। जब ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट में थे, वहाँ पे लतीफ़ खोसा साहब के एसोसिएट भी थे, उनको पुलिस उनका पीछा करती रही, उनको सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जाके छुपना पड़ा। हमारे जो वकील हैं वो भी नहीं खुद जा सके क्योंकि उनके पीछे भी छापे पड़ रहे हैं। क्या ये तरीका है, ये एक फ्री एंड फेयर इलेक्शन की ये एनवायरनमेंट?
There are fears that the government wants to sentence him along with Mr. Khan, who himself has been incarcerated for 141 in the Cypher case, which is why he has not been released yet. The wave of state terror against PTI election candidates, their lawyers and families continued throughout the country as the deadline for the submission of election nomination papers neared. In Lahore, PTI lawyer advocate Salman Shahid was abducted by the police. Advocate Shahid represents many of illegally incarcerated PTI supporters, including female prisoners. In another incident, the wife of PTI Lahore President Sheikh Imtiaz Mahmood was sexually abused in the returning officer's office when she attempted to submit her husband's nomination papers. These incidents continue despite the Supreme Court ordering the Election Commission and provincial police to stop the harassment of PTI candidates.
156 की जमा कराने के लिए गई थी। वहाँ पे आरओ के ऑफिस में एसएचओ सिविल कपड़ों में उसने मुझे खींच के बदतमीजी से, इतनी बदतमीजी से मुझे बाहर निकाला लावासों की तरह। मेरी इज्जत पे हाथ डालने की कोशिश की। वहाँ पे कोई मेरी फरियाद सुनने वाला नहीं था। आरओ ने वहाँ पे मुझे पकड़ाया सरेआम, पुलिस वाले बैठे हुए थे और वहाँ पे कोई सुनने वाला नहीं था। यहाँ पे इंसाफ पाकिस्तान में किसको मिलेगा?
Pakistani author and journalist Muhammad Hanif announced on Saturday that he is returning the Sitara-e-Imtiaz, the third highest civilian award in Pakistan, as a protest against the violence inflicted upon Baloch marchers. Hanif, who is the author of the famous book A Case of Exploding Mangoes, expressed his anger in a video featuring a Baloch girl pleading for the right to live. In a statement on his social media account, he criticized authorities for the mistreatment of Baloch protesters, stating his shame at witnessing a new generation denied basic dignity. Mr. Hanif said in the statement, "In protest, returning my Sitara-e-Imtiaz given to me by a state that continues to abduct and torture Baloch citizens. Journalists of my generation have seen Sami Baloch and Mehrang Baloch grow up in protest camps, ashamed to witness a new generation being denied basic dignity." Hanif was awarded the Sitara-e-Imtiaz in 2018. His decision to return the award follows the recent march by Baloch protesters, primarily led by women, against the enforced disappearances of Baloch persons. The march, organized by the Baloch Yakjehti Council, reached Islamabad on Wednesday and faced baton charges and mass arrest by the Islamabad police. A A new poll has found that 96% of Saudi nationals believe that Arab countries should cut ties with Israel in response to the war in Gaza, and that the popularity of Hamas has grown significantly amid Israel's devastating military offensive on the embattled territory. The result of the poll, conducted by the Washington Institute for Near Eastern Affairs, a pro-Israel think tank based in Washington, shows the impact of Israel's bombardment and killing of civilians in Gaza. Friday's survey also found that 40% of Saudis expressed positive attitudes towards Hamas, compared with just 10% according to a poll carried out months before the war began. The poll further found that the majority of respondents in Jordan, Lebanon, and Egypt held favorable views toward Hamas. Prior to the war in Gaza, the US was actively working towards achieving an agreement that would see Israel and Saudi Arabia normalize relations. Such a deal would build upon existing normalization agreements such as those between Israel and Bahrain, Morocco, and the United Arab Emirates, which were brokered under the Trump administration. During the Abraham Accord process, there were talks to expand normalization to include countries like Pakistan. However, the Prime Minister at the time, Imran Khan, categorically refused, calling for a Palestinian state first.